Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. All glories to Lord Shri Krishna and Srimati Rukmini Devi. जगत गुरु शीला प्रभुपाद की जय, वृंदावन धाम की जय. I am saying Vrindavan Dham ki jai because after 2 weeks I am going to visit Shri Vrindavan Dham. I will be with my Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Hanumat Preshak Swami Maharaj. Vrindavan Dham apar jape ja radhe radhe. So you might see me there dancing in front of Shri Shri Gaunitai, Shri Shri Krishna Balram, Shri Shri Radha Shyam Sundar, Lalita Devi, Vishakha Devi. Nitai Go Radhe Shyam, Jai Krishna Balaram. So, and also I will be visiting most beautiful Shri Shri Radha Ras Bihari, Juhu Temple, Mumbai. And I am also excited that I might be able to see some of my old friends. Hare Krishna, by all of your blessings. So now let's talk about Krishna teasing Rukmini Devi, clip number 3. So Krishna is addressing Srimati Rukmini Devi. He said, "My dear Princess Vaidarbhi, it is highly astonishing that you selected me as your husband, though there were many other qualified persons to marry you, and they were not less than you in any way. They were all very beautiful in their physical appearance, they were wise, they were highly opulent, they had their political influence, they were magnanimous, and they were like Lokpa, like a ruler of the planets, and they wanted to marry you. You may say that they were far away from you, but no, actually they came to you, and they very much was mad after you, especially Shishupal. I tell you one thing, that had you been married with Shishupal, he would have spent the rest of his life as a faithful servant to you. He was so mad and lusty after you. So all these people, they were ready to marry you, and even your father Bhishmak Maharaj and your elder brother Rukmi had no problem. Actually, he was the one who wanted you to marry Shishupal, but you just did not select any one of them, and you selected me. I can't understand this. I am not qualified to be your husband. I am not very rich, whereas you come from a very rich family. Your father Bhishmak Maharaj, grandfather, they all hail from a rich line, whereas I am son of Vasudev, who is not very rich. Then you also come from a very vast, big kingdom. Your father has Vidarbha Desh and beautiful Kundinpur city is the capital, whereas I come from small Anartha state and its capital city is Dwarka. And here are another few things about my family. For example, some people say that I am from cowherd community and my father is Nand Baba, Yashoda Mata, my mother, and so they say that I am from a Vaishya community, and some people say that I am son of Vasudeva and Devaki and I am a Kshatriya. Actually, my family identity is not known very well, and I tell you one thing, that I am actually penniless. When I was in Vrindavan, there were 900,000 cows in the possession of my father, but I had no claim over them. Though I was taking care of them, those cows, I was tending them, but not even a single cow belonged to me. Then I moved to Mathura. I killed my maternal uncle Kans, but somehow throne was gone to Ugrasen Maharaj. Now I am in Dwarka. Again throne is occupied by Ugrasen Maharaj. So I am quite penniless. And even my devotees, they are also penniless. They are nishkinchan. They have nothing in their possessions. So, and these penniless devotees, those who are, you can call them beggar, they glorify me. Bhikshu bhi shalaghaya muda. I am glorified by these deluded beggars. Rich people hardly worship me. They have no devotion to me, or they have no interest in Krishna consciousness. So it is highly amazing that you selected me. I can say one thing, my dear princess, that you are not very far-sighted. You just heard my glories somehow, my fake glories, and you decided to marry me. You didn't see the overall picture. You actually don't know your own self-interest. I can't believe that you married me, because I am glorified by the beggars. See, in no way I am qualified to you. First of all, in beauty, you are far, far superior. You are fair complexioned. You are gory, whereas I am shyamal, I am dark colored. Then you are very rich, I am not rich. Then your prosperity is sure, whereas my prosperity is not sure, because I have taken enmity with so many kings. Jarasandha, Shishupal, and other powerful Shalva, they don't like me. Including your brother Rukmi, they hate me from the cores of their heart. And still, you selected me. I tell you one thing actually, I do not have any love for you. And then Rukmini Devi would have said, so why did you kidnap me? And Krishna said immediately, I kidnapped you because I wanted to teach a lesson to these kings. These kings like Jarasandha, Shalva, and Shishupal, they are very powerful. They are very much boastful of their strength, and they don't care for anyone who comes on their path. So just to teach them a lesson, I kidnapped you. But I tell you one thing, that I have no interest in children, in home, family life, and neither my devotees. Actually, my goal is self-realization. That gives me pleasure. But I have no interest in any of these things. And you can see that Shrimati Rukmini Devi would be hearing that, how she would be feeling that Krishna is speaking such unkind words. She must be undergoing a great deal of pain, great amount of suffering she might be undergoing. And then Krishna said something else to her. He said, he proposed to her, he said, see Rukmini, still it is not too late. You can do one thing, better late than never. You selected me, you made a mistake. But now there is a time. You can still rectify your mistake. You are very beautiful. You can choose any husband who can take care of you for rest of your life, and who can also help you in the preparation of good next life. So if you want, you can divorce me. So when Srimati Rukmini Devi heard it, she felt a tremor in her heart. What happens next? We talk in the next clip. Hare Krishna.